Thank you. I'll be brief, but I wanted to come down and show my support. Thanks Senator James and Representative Beasley Teague for their leadership on this issue. I'm here because people do need a second chance. I got a second chance, and I know other people need a second chance. And I think that it is great to have ex-offenders working green jobs in the state of Georgia. When we see unemployment rising, we know it's even higher among people who need a second chance. So I'm here to say I stand with you in solidarity. Please call on me if I can ever help. And thank you, Senator James, for your leadership on this issue.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to thank everyone today that has a compassion in their heart to step out and to be involved in something like this. You don't receive a lot of crowns and stars for this here, but God has a reward for us one day for this. And I can speak to you as a person that has received a second chance. I've been there, I've experienced it, I've walked where a lot of these men are walking today, and I would like to address us as Georgians and put the ball back in our hands and say it's up to us to give these men a second chance. It's up to us to step forth and offer somebody a chance. I wouldn't be standing here today if somebody was not willing to take a chance on me. And I'm willing to take a chance on somebody. And I feel like there's a lot of Georgians here today that are willing to step up to the plate and take a chance on people and give them the opportunity that we have been given. We've all failed and we've all come short in our life. But God has given us the grace to make it through and to do what He wants us to do. And the ball is in our hands, and God is looking to us as His people to do what He wants done. God bless you.
First of all, I want to say good morning to the elected officials of this state, from the gubernatorial staff to the chambers of the House and the chambers of the Senate. Again, it gives me great pleasure to be on this mission. When I talked with Senator James and Representative Teagues and Representative Salam about this mission, they said, put it together and we'll take it on Capitol Hill. Well, when they said they were going to take it on Capitol Hill, I said, well, if you take it to Capitol Hill in Atlanta, I'll be willing to lead the fight in Washington, D.C. So 1 year ago today, I approached the Department of Justice and found out that a member of the National Black Caucus had written a bill entitled the Second Chance Act that was passed by the George W. Bush administration in 2007, saying give a man and or woman a second chance. Well, I'll open up this morning by saying if we can recycle waste, if we can recycle cans, and we can show recycle lives. I was glad when I heard Representative Stephanie Stuckey Benefield, because she's been in the fight a long time. Even with our exonerees, she's been there. She knows the fight. What we have to do with this judiciary situation in Georgia that is so antiquated, we must have bipartisanship in drawing up bills, not let it favor one race or one sector, because we are all human and we all deserve a second chance. Not let it be for capital gain or personal gain. Not let it be because I can get a vote if I vote against your measure. But come to this Capitol in this next election knowing that we'll have a watchdog group on tap and that we're going to watch every bill you pass, because it's got to be for the benefit of the citizen. And what we as citizens must recognize is that we are the ones that send these elected officials to this Capitol. They don't just represent their districts. They represent the whole state of Georgia. Not only that, it shouldn't be about what party you belong to. Whether you're the Democratic Party or the Republican Party, it should be about the People's Party, because we all belong to one solidarity. Too many black men are being wasted in the Georgia penal system only for personal gain. The law is not written just for one sector, it's written for everybody. Only just last week, House Bill number 1059 was changed in the wink of an eye. not to benefit any African Americans. They tell you it's bipartisan, but that's not so. In our legislation that we presently abide by in this state, there is no legislation that speaks to us about expungement. It's only when the legislature gets ready to expunge a person. So I'm saying, people, my only cry today is this. Look at the service of the representative you have sent to this Capitol. And when we vote on July 20th in the primary, let every vote that you and your friends cast be the vote that's going to change the culture up under this gold dome. Because until we change the culture under this dome, there is no profession for any citizen in Georgia. We need to stick together. The penal system in Georgia is very antiquated. It's a modernized act of slavery. And what we need to do, we definitely need to speak to the fact of employment. We definitely need to speak to the fact of housing. We definitely need to be respect to adequate treatment under the color of law. And whereas I speak here today, maybe some of the things I've said already is not likable by many. But I hope that this doesn't lead back when David O'Hare, out of the state of Texas, was able to sue the United States government and take state out of church. So I say to you today, be very mindful that while this session convenes today and we go to sighted eye, I will be very much in contact with the legislatures of this present body in the reformation of the present laws we have. Thank you. God bless the state of Georgia.
And talk about the 2007 Danny Davis bill.
I've just been told to talk about the Second Chance Bill. The Second Chance Bill is already an enactment. It's nothing that, on the federal level. I don't see why this state, under the Constitution, yes, we have the right to have our own laws. But why are we so different when the federal government says one thing, we say another? It's disproportionate, it's unfair, it's unethical, it's unmoralized. If there are federal laws that are going to benefit the citizens of this state, then I think that we should get on board. The bill has been published. It's been out since 2007. It's U.S. House Bill number 1593, sponsored by the Honorable Danny K. Davis of the 7th Congressional District. Now that bill was so authentic in revalidating the lives of men and women in the United States. That bill was sponsored by Danny Davis, but he had 93 members of Congress, both House and Senate, to co-author that bill. So I'm saying to you Georgians, as I leave the podium, everything is important, but when we get together, as Dottie Peoples did just on the other day, I thought it was a new regime up in this Capitol. If we get together and stick together, I think we can make a difference. Thank you, Senator.